Paul and I would take turns taking showers despite the house being dark as hell. There was a window in the bathroom that let in just enough light to be able to do what we had to do. One night, I got home to the bridge pretty late, and Paul wasn't there. He was always there when I got back, especially at that hour. I found it very unusual, so I went looking for him, first checking the shower shack. I could hear the water running from the front door, so I went to check the bathroom. I peeked down the hallway, and there he was, standing in the shower with all of his clothes on. There was a wild look on his face, like he'd been possessed by something crazy. "Paul, what the hell are you doing? You're gonna freeze to death!" "I'm dirty! I'm dirty! I'm dirty! I need to be clean!" "But why are you showering with your clothes on?" "Leave me alone! Don't come near me! I'm very dirty!" "All right, I'll leave. I'll just see you later, okay?" I backpedaled out of the bathroom and waited around the corner. I was worried about him and had never seen him like that. I decided to wait for him to finish showering, peeking around the corner every now and then. But the thing that really scared me was he never stopped. He just kept scrubbing himself madly, exactly like the crazies do, but worse than I'd ever seen. Just scratching and rubbing himself all over, constantly, and the whole time he was talking to himself. "I need to be clean. I'm so dirty, filthy dirty, gotta get clean, clean and pure. I need to be clean." After he wouldn't get out for what must have been an hour, I finally had to ask him, "Hey, Paul, did you take anything today?" "I need to be clean. I'm so dirty. Damn filthy dirty. Gotta get clean. Pure and clean. I need to be clean." To my disappointment, Paul was too far gone. He didn't even know that I was there anymore. I thought about waiting to see if he'd come down from whatever he was on, but deep down, I knew there was nothing I could do. So I went back to the bridge and tried to sleep. The next morning, there was still no Paul, but I figured he had to have left the shack by then. I got up and panhandled a bit, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. Later that night, I went back to the shack. I headed up the stairs and to the bathroom, only to see Paul still there. He was still in the shower, scrubbing himself while yelling, "I'm dirty! 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 Dirty!" "Paul, why are you still here? You're already clean!" "No, Manny, you don't get it! There's something big growing inside me. Bugs crawling through my skin. So many bugs!" "You're just tripping, man. It's all in your head because of whatever you took. Just quit hogging it. I need to shower too." Paul began scrubbing himself at a much faster rate as he yelled, "I need to be clean!" I was at a loss for words. All I could do was run. I didn't come back for another day as I was scared as hell. The next night, I came back and saw that he was still there, showering his life away. But this time, I wasn't going to try to talk to him. I knew that wasn't going to work. I approached the bathroom slowly, got up next to him, and forcibly began yanking him out of the shower. I tried to drag him out of the bathroom, but he went berserk, pushing me so hard that I fell and smacked the ground. Suddenly, I felt dazed and incoherent. I remember seeing Paul standing by the sink, looking into the broken mirror. He was so far gone that his skin was shriveled up like a raisin. He honestly looked like the girl from The Exorcist from the several open wounds scattered across his face. Then I saw it, the bugs. I rubbed my eyes in disbelief at first, but then I saw more of them. They were crawling under his skin, dozens of them, maybe even hundreds, all racing towards the open wounds on his skin, and then they started burrowing out. I scrambled up to my feet. I needed to get the hell out of there, but there was so much water on the floor that I slipped as soon as I stood up. I was immediately soaked and remembered witnessing something disturbing happening to Paul. He was twitching, jolting, contorting unnaturally, and then I felt it. I felt it happening to me. I opened my mouth to scream, only for fingers to squirm out from my throat. Then a hand shoved itself through, an entire arm, reaching up and climbing out of me. That's the last thing I remember.
Last night, the remains of 2 men were found in the bathroom of this house here behind me, which was abandoned after a fire rendered the structure inhabitable. Neighbors over a quarter-mile away complained of strange noises in the night, accompanied by foul odors in the following days. So far, the deceased have yet to be identified, and there seems to be no evidence of the attacker who could have done this. The only lead investigators have is that the former owner of the house, who disappeared after the fire, has been suspected of arson. Police say the owner also happened to be a psychic, and was believed to provide such services to the general public prior to the fire. If there are any witnesses around the general area that would like to come forward, please contact Crime Stoppers at...
Recently, I tried moving in with my cousin Timmy. He needed a roommate and I needed a place to stay that was close to my college. This was my first time living out of the dorms. And not only was Timmy's house only 5 minutes away, but he was also willing to let me stay there rent-free since we were family. Or so I thought. However, I'd never been that close to him even though we were around the same age. My parents recommended that I stay there for a semester or two, until I could find a way to make some money and live on my own. Whenever I was busy working on anything for my classes, Timmy would pester me about hanging out with him, basically begging for attention.
Hey, Sarah, you want to see this cool new show I found on Netflix?
I'm busy, Timmy. I have a lot of homework to get through. Maybe later, okay?
Aw.
Begging for attention.
Hey, Sarah, you want to see this cool new show I found on Netflix?
I'm busy, Timmy. I have a lot of homework to get through. Maybe later, okay?
Aw.